this. This is what I look like when I first leave. If you're looking at the hat here, if you notice there's like a dry section and then there's a wet section. It's still damp. That's how much salt, how much perspiration has gone into this hat. I just want to show you what my hotel room looks like here at the Parador. So you see this nice large bed, air conditioning, very important last night. I had a really good night's sleep. Bed was a little hard. And then this is the famous tower room here where there's 6 bedrooms or 6 suites here, and it's being closed for renovation. So there's an elevator that runs up and down the 3 floors. But this is what makes the Parador so special, because you're in this historical site that they converted into a 4-star hotel. And you can see there's a little courtyard here, air-conditioned passageway, and there's a little veranda, little place outside to have your coffee. Rounding out the room here. It's actually kind of neat because I didn't know this last night, but there's a little mini bar, which I'm assuming it costs money to drink out of it. And you have a little safe and excellent little wardrobe here. Plenty of room to store your junk for an extended stay. And then the best part coming up right now is the bathroom with 2 sinks, a wonderful shower right here. I took a shower, 2 showers yesterday, and then your commode and your bidet. So, and even if you're an important person, you can make calls from the toilet right there. So I'm getting really pumped up. Turn the lights off here, open the door, and I'm ready to start this day. There's a hallway to the elevator. I need to drop the key off and then pay my bill. Talk to you later. Hey there, taking a little pause. Either foolishly or bravely or stupidly decided to take the high route or the Camino road up over this ridgeline. Well, looking at the map, there was another option to take the road, but I'm just doing this because I have a short day. But I want to show you this right here. This is a modern Herrero. So you can see the kind of similar design. It's up off the ground to keep the rats and mice out of it. But it's a corn crib right now. So they obviously harvest corn. I'm assuming there's probably some chickens or some pigs around, which they'll feed that to later in the season. But you can see that's all from last year. And I'm assuming at the end of last season, that thing was full. So turn around. Like I said, the Camino path takes me up 100 meters above where I was. And then it kind of goes back down and it's easy for the rest of the day. But this is actually somebody's home. Little farmstead here. The lady, I wished her good morning. She wished me bon camino. And you can see this freeway on the other side, but this is another slice of the Camino. Talk to you guys later. Short little video. I did this earlier, but see these purplish blue flowers? These are the, come up real close to them. These are the infamous blue-purple flowers I saw my first Camino, or something very similar to that, where it was extremely stunning. And I think it's partly due to the lighting, and they're freshly opened up like those are. They're not bleached out like some of the other flowers. And so every time I see that, especially on the Camino del Norte, I've seen it quite a few times. Every time I see it, it always reminds me and brings me back to my first Camino in 2015, where on the way up to Veracruz, I spotted those flowers on the side of the road. And I said, oh, it's so beautiful, but you know, I gotta keep going. There must be more. There was no more, ever. So I kind of feel like I've come full circle on this Camino. And hopefully I'm near the top today, but I don't think so, because I have to go over this ridgeline somewhere. But talk to you later. Quick snippet. You know you're within spitting distance of Santiago when you start seeing this stuff happen. It's the first time I've seen a full-blown help yourself cafe kind of like thing, but the car here, but that's cool. That is really cool. I mean, you know you're getting close, and the whole flavor and feel of the Camino starts changing. So buenos dias. So here we go. More for today. Short video. Nobody coming that way. Nobody coming that way. But this right here, the shot right here I want to show you is just how it's kind of rolling hills, check back noise coming, that we're experiencing right now. And this is beautiful, but this is very much like Galicia. So this is what we're going to be seeing as we come back on the Camino for the foreseeable future until we get to Santiago. Catch you later. Okay, this is a case where you have no clue if this is drinkable or not. But this looks so inviting to take a cup. But I'm not trusting it because there's a sign up there, or was a sign. So it is what it is. Enjoy the prettiness of it all, but don't drink. Just finished a nice rest break up the road around the corner there, but I just want to show you this bridge. And I'm not sure how much of this is modern versus rebuild versus ancient, but I'm videotaping this for a very important reason. Of course, I'm aging myself. I say videotape, I'm just videoing it. And I think this is the bridge, and I'll turn around when I get done with it, that is featured on the cover of one of my 2 guidebooks. So I won't know this until I get in and flip to that page, but I think this is the bridge that they used. And more importantly, I'll turn around and shoot the other direction as well. It's kind of misleading. So this is like one of the nicest little footbridges I've crossed over so far this Camino. And turn around. Yeah, this might be it, but probably not. But I am halfway to where I need to be tonight. I'm feeling pretty good. A little after 11 o'clock, I should be able to get in a little after 1, and it shouldn't be getting too hot by then. But let's get the day done. Hi. Oh, hello. A little butterfly. I just want to take a quick video of this fence here. Now, I mentioned this in an email last night. and the pieces range between about 2 feet in width to 3 feet in width, and I'm assuming they're 3 feet tall. I have no idea how far in the ground they extend, but I've been seeing these since yesterday, maybe a little bit the day before, but they're a form of fencing, and I've only seen it so far in this area of Galicia. And it's very interesting, and I have no idea if they were designed to keep sheep and cows in, or sheep and cows and animals out of a field. Now, I'm more inclined to say they're designed to keep things out of a field, because if you were herding some, say, cows or sheep or goats to another field, you don't want them wandering into a field of grain or another crop for them to munch on or just destroy. You'd want to do that. So, like over here, that fencing, which there's a little bit left here, I think, kind of, but you can see there's none of that fencing here, but there's some more over there. So I am kind of curious about the history and the origin of that. But I know that once I get closer to the Camino Frances, I might have seen it once or twice there, but that stonework is really particular to a certain type of bedded stone where there must be quarries or outcroppings or someplace where they can actually easily extract that, because I can't imagine carting that stuff more than a mile or two to put it up as fencing. Beyond that, I'm not sure about the return on investment. So, but this is a good final shot. I mean, this is actually nice fields. They plowed this up. I don't know what's going to go in here, but we'll find out later. So, take care. Talk to you later. The Camino veers off the GPS track for some reason, period. Here we go.